Hey, I just want to tell everybody thank you for coming out. This is awesome. It is great to see so many people come out and honor Charlie Kirk. Hey, I want to tell you what Charlie Kirk meant to me. I think each one of us, can view him in just such a different way because he did so many things that we should honor him for. But what he meant to me, guys, one of the things that was greatest that I saw was when he passed away, they started telling all these stories about how he went in and he helped people that no one ever saw him helping. You want me to tell you what character is? Character is when nobody's watching and you're doing something really good. Politicians want to do it out in front of everybody. They want to get credit. Charlie went in and paid for people's tuition. Charlie went in and found the guy that's hiding under the steps because he was afraid to come out and anybody talk to him. He went and sought out those people that nobody else wanted to invest in, and he invested himself into them. Man, that is an awesome thing that each and every one of us need to do. Guys, I used to be a drug court administrator. And you know what? I could arrest you and hug your neck while I took you to jail. I would throw your hidey in jail, but then I would try to get you out and change your behavior. Guys, many of those same people today go to church with me, and I love them more than anything because their lives have been changed. It is an awesome thing. The other thing that impressed me, because I've struggled for so long, many of y'all might not believe this, but I got a little temper. I can get stirred up pretty quick. You know, when they talked about that he'd get in fight at the drop of a hat. Well, oftentimes I'll drop the hat, you know what I'm saying? So here's the deal. I watched Charlie. So I've watched Charlie for years, and one of the reasons I watched Charlie is because I watch him to learn how to debate. If you want to learn how to debate, just watch that guy right there. He was awesome. He was an expert at it, a professional. And one of the things that I saw in him was that people would come at him with hate. And he didn't respond to them with hate. And guys, I want to tell you, in today's society, man, it's hard not to respond with hate. It's hard not to want to just whoop somebody when they're talking about your country, when they're talking about your belief, when they're talking about your God, when they're talking about everything that is fundamental to you. It is hard not to respond with hate. But guys, if we're going to get this country back, it's going to be responding with love. And we're a country built on God, we're a country built on love. Our foundation is settled on God. And if you study the Bible, and Charlie had, that's the thing that we've got to. But guys, as I said a while ago, I can arrest you and I can hug your neck. Guys, I can stand and I can tell you you're wrong without hating you. Guys, I can stand and say a man is a man and a woman is a woman. And I don't care if you like that. I don't care if you don't like that. That's just the fact of life. I can tell you that I disagree with your lifestyle without hating you or condemning you. In fact, I'll tell you, I want you to go to church with me and find the same Jesus that I found when I was drinking a fifth a day and I was messed up, because he changed me. So guys, we got to do it. Charlie showed us how to do it without hate. I will tell you the other thing that impressed me about Charlie. That dude didn't have a college degree, but that may have been the most educated individual I've ever seen. I seen one old boy get up and he started talking to him about economics, and I've had economics. I went to college, and I get glassy-eyed when you start talking about economics, man. I barely made it through. I've got through that one by the skin of my teeth, I can tell you that right now. But Charlie's sitting there talking to this dude, and he said, well, what did you get? And he said, economics, I'm in economics. He goes, well, do you know this guy? No. Well, do you know this guy? No. Well, do you know this? Yeah, he wrote a book. He goes, have you read the book? Well, I've got the book. Charlie's like, well, I've read it, and I remember it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he just whooped this guy. He gave him an old-fashioned monkey stomping. I guarantee you, he stomped him. And again, he did it in such a fashionable way. You know what I'm saying? Because he educated. Guys, if we are going to win the war, if we're going to fight woke, guess what? We need to get educated. We need to understand what our country is. We need to understand what the Constitution is. We need to understand what our rights. We need to stand up for our rights. And guess what? It doesn't matter. I don't care about Republican. I don't care about Democrat. I care about right and wrong. I care about this country. I care about you as individuals and our individual rights. And if the Republicans are standing up for them, then I'm going to be with them. If it's somebody else, because I don't want to offend nobody, but it ain't that other side, okay? So anyways, we need to get educated so that we can get in the discussion, that we can get into the fight. You know, the other thing that Charlie did, he didn't destroy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't try to, somebody comes up that is transgender, he didn't try to destroy them. He didn't go after them. Guess what? He began to have conversation with them in love, talking about why do you believe what you believe. Here's what I believe. Okay? So here's the deal. Charlie built lives. And when you look at Turning Point, guess what Turning Point is? It's going on to those universities and all of those kids that were being preached to by woke, by demons is what I believe. I believe that's demonic stuff, okay? I believe that Satan had our universities, and Charlie went in there in love, and he began to build into people's lives. And look at what he built. One individual didn't have a college degree, but he got self-educated. He was bold, he had strength, and he went in and started applying himself, pouring himself into people, and he built up a Turning Point USA. And in his death, you know, when we say, I don't know about you guys, but man, a name means something, okay? A name means something. And I think the fact that when he named that, I don't know that he had this day in mind. I'm sure he didn't. But guys, when he died, I believe the Turning Point USA started right then. I believe we're at a turning point with this nation, with this movement, with us here today, with the people that we have across this country. I believe this is where it starts, that we take back our country, we take back the USA, we take back our government, and we build a new state that we are proud to be a part of. So again, guys, there's a pretty good book. And so let me just kind of back up. A few years ago, I don't know if y'all's like this, but I'm sitting in front of the TV and I'm watching the news and I'm throwing my shoe at the TV, and I know you ain't supposed to cuss, but every once in a while I might say an ugly word, okay? So I'm saying some ugly words to the TV because I'm mad. And I finally decided, you know what, this is crazy. Why am I going to scream and holler at a TV? And I started thinking about, and I believe the Lord really impressed upon me this. So when I say there's a pretty good book, it's a really good book. And it talks about before that you go and take the splinter out of your brother's eye, pull out the log out of your own, okay? And I'll tell you what that meant to me that day, what I thought God was telling me. I didn't get called to Washington. I just got back from Washington. I'm doing some things, but I didn't get a call into Washington. You know where I got called to? Right up the street, to the Oklahoma Capitol. And guys, I don't know if y'all know this. We don't have to look to Washington. We don't have to go pull the splinter out of their eye. We got logs right here. We can do a lot of logging right here at home to straighten out our state and get back our state. Y'all may not know this, but there's a lot of corruption up the hill. There's a lot of corruption, and it's time that we call it out. It's time that we stand up and we hold people accountable. The last thing that I want to end on is I've told you what Charlie meant to me. You know, I told you that, again, he did things when nobody else was watching. Guys, there's, you know, I was sitting on the floor of the house not too very long ago. I got this picture. So one of the guys I had in drug court, he's 6'9". He's a pretty big fella. It's always funny for me to take a picture with him because it looks, you know, like like Bigfoot, JJ, you know. So here's the deal. He sent me a picture, and he was getting on a private jet because he went to work for a major company, and now he's an executive in the major company. And he said, you know, he took a picture of him getting on that jet, and he said, did you ever believe that you would see me here? And I wrote him back, and I said, I did. I really did. I said, I saw that potential in you. I knew you could do it. And guess what? I went down there. He didn't want to get in drug court. And I said, I don't want you in drug court unless you're going to give it 100%. I don't want you unless you're ready to change your life. You're going to end up in prison, or I can help you change your life, but it's up to you. Guys, every individual, every one of you today have the ability to have an impact on somebody's life. If you're a politician, you know what you believe? You know what I've been told? That every one of you is worth 20 votes. Every one of you, some more, but every one of you are worth 20 votes. That's who you have influence around. 20 people. I promise you, you can have more. Look at Charlie Kirk. He had influence on the entire world. He's just a man. Awesome man, but he was a man. And guess what? You can have the influence. So here's my question that I want to leave you with. I've told you what Charlie Kirk meant to me. I told you that he didn't fight, you know, with hate. He fought hate with love. He did things when nobody else was watching. He educated himself. Guys, he poured himself in. And here's what I'm going to ask you. What does he mean to you? And what are you going to do with what he meant to you? Are you going to look at the model that he gave us? And are you just going to go away going, boy, he was awesome. We're here to show our respect. Are you going to go, guess what? It's time for me to become a Charlie Kirk. It's time for me to raise up and start pouring myself in to my community, my school, my city government, my county government, my state government. It's time for me to become a Oklahoma citizen that matters and makes a difference. Guys, Tim McGraw sings a song, Love Like You Were Dying. 10 years ago, I got into wild cow milking. We did get our cow milk. I spit in the cup, I cheated, okay. But we got her cow milk, but when I got done, she spun around, hit me in the hip. Shattered my hip. I walked 9 months, no hip. I got a titanium hip, but I got diagnosed with bone cancer. The kind that the doctor tells you, when you walk out of there and you say, Doc, how many weeks I got left? And he says, I don't know, JJ. I want to tell you something. You start living like you were going to die. And I'm going to tell you something. Every day that I get to stand up vertical is a good day. Every birthday that I get is an awesome birthday. I'm proud to get older, okay? I'm proud of every birthday I get. But I'm going to tell you something. When this little cowboy taps out, I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to pour every day. He's going to live like he is dying. He's going to ride a bull named Fu Manchu. He's going to jump out of some planes. He's going to bail out. He's going to love people like there is no loving. He's going to give forgiveness like I want forgiveness. And guess what? When I tap out, I'm going to meet the good Lord and say, hey, I run a pretty good race. And I'm going to want to hear, well done, you little rowdy cowboy, okay? I love every one of y'all. Thank you for being here. House Rep JJ Humphrey, everybody.